review, we break it down. From grips to weights, we wear the crown. With each perfect shot, we'll rise, we won't fall. Welcome to the channel, the best arts of all. It's more than a game, it's our passion. Keep on dancing.
And here we go, folks. In today's review, we're going to be reviewing another set of Winmau darts. We're going to be reviewing the Winmau Cypher and 22 gram. So these are from the latest launch from Winmau. They're 22 gram, as I said. You can also get them in 24. They're 50.8mm long. It's a really nice looking dart. I've got it in front of me. As you can see, that atomised coating, the red paint, and the cluster control grip. You'll see it a lot better in the close-up section. They come supplied with the black and red short vector stems and the Winmau flight here, the prism flights. It's a very thick flight. It should definitely be quite durable, but we'll soon see. They come supplied with silver points. Easy enough to change if you're not a fan of silver points. And that grip, that cluster control grip, does feel really nice in the fingers. All in all, level 3 grip. There is a bit of DSS, dreaded smooth section in the middle, but you still get the benefit of the grip either side of it. Rear grippers have got a few wee rings at the very back as well, which does help. Otherwise, you can use a stem which does have grip on it. But I've given you a quick rundown. We'll get into it a bit more detail in the close-up section. So without further ado, ladies and gentlemen, let's crack on with the review.
We aim for the bull, Scottish lads, wisdom making our hearts full.
Here we go, ladies and gentlemen. We've got a nice close-up look to the Winmau Cypher in 22 gram. The latest from the Winmau launch. They're 22 gram steel tip, also available in 24. They're 50.8mm long, so that's from here where the point meets the barrel to here where the stem meets the barrel. And the width at the widest point is 6.45. Considering this is a straight barrel, the width is pretty evenly matched. Again, comes supplied with the standard 26mm points, the black and red vector stems, and these black, silver and red prism Winmau flights. And as you can see, fully assembled, they look really nice. It's got that atomised coating, which a lot of people do enjoy. We've got some red paint, which can be removed if you so desire, but that red does add some character to the dart itself. So let's pull one up, get you a close-up look to the barrel, and then we'll get zoomed in on the intricacies. We've got the Winmau boat logo embossed on the dart, a bit of rear grip at the back, 3 standard rings. All in all, grip level wise, I'm going to give it a solid level 3 grip, simply because that cluster control grip is actually quite a wee bit grippy, which I do like. Silver points, you know what my feelings of silver points are. Change them out to black, scuff them up, they should stick in the board regardless. We've got the black and red Winmau vector stems, as you can see there, and the flights. Now let's get you a super close up look to the cluster control grip. You can see the machining level. As you can see there, that front section and that rear section both have the cluster grip. In terms of grip level, I've said 3, and I do stick by that. It's sticking to my grip very nicely. I can't see it being a huge issue for slipping. The red is very vibrant, as you can see, the red paint. Now, let's get you the barrel dimensions, and then we'll go and get them to the board, etc. So, let's get you the barrel dimensions of the Winmau Cypher, even though I've gave you them. But the barrel length from here where the point meets the barrel to here where the stem meets the barrel is 50.8mm, and they're 6.45mm long, wide. That atomised coating will add a bit of friction grip as well, which will add to the grip level, hence why I've given it a 3. Other than that, it's probably a bit higher if it didn't have the atomised grip. But let me know your thoughts on the atomised grip style or the atomised coating. There's been a few darts that Winmau have done with that style. They're 90% tungsten and obviously recently released. They do feel as if they throw longer than what the length says. So in terms of how it actually feels, it feels as if you're throwing maybe a 52-53mm dart, but you're actually throwing a 50.8mm. So it is a bit strange at first, especially for me, but you do get used to it, and they do fly really nicely. But I will say, definitely change those points out. But I've given you all the necessary information of the Winmau Cypher. Let's get them over to the board, and we'll see how I got on with them. Here we go, ladies and gentlemen, we're in the throwing section for the Winmau Cypher from the new launch. These are 22 gram, they're also available in 24 gram steel tip. Now that length at 50.8mm is your bog standard length when it comes to quite a lot of the darts manufacturers. However, these throw like a longer dart. These honestly do throw as if they're a 54mm long dart. It could just be myself, but as it stands at 50.8mm, I do quite enjoy that length for some reason. But the grip, the cluster control grip, does feel really nice in the hand. It's definitely level 3. I'm not having any issues with releasing it. It's coming out clean. It's not sticking to my fingers at all. Now, in terms of the setup, I'd definitely change the points to something slightly longer, just because I do like that longer point, and they'd have to be black just to match the dart, because the silver doesn't really do anything for me. But let me know your thoughts on the Winmau launch this year. The Cypher are up there with my favourites, to be honest. I've got a couple more to do, and one of them is my favourite, and that was at 85 checkout on the bill, by the way. This is where I was trying to do some checkouts. However, the 90% tungsten, the atomised coating does add a bit of grip to the dart. However, that atomised coating will wear away through time, and it could potentially mean these darts may look battered over time. But if you're using a dart consistently and you're playing well with it, it's going to get dinged up, it's going to get bashed, it's going to end up, you know, looking a wee bit battered. But as it stands, brand new out the box, these are visually very nice, in my opinion. They've got the red paint, which you can remove if you don't like a colour on the dart. As it stands, grip level 3, 50.8mm, 6.45mm wide. So that is actually round about the width I use with my match darts. The length is a wee bit longer than what I'm using just now. But as it stands, the Cypher are very nice. And obviously thank you to Winmau for sending them on their behalf to do the review. But let me know your thoughts on the Cyphers, and let me know your thoughts on what your favourite Winmau dart is from the launch. So far for me, it's, in terms of how they look, it's these, but that is subject to change with the next Winmau review we do. But I'll let you enjoy the rest of this throne section, and I'll see you when we get wrapped up.
We gather together, chasing the night. With every flow, we aim for the bull. Scottish lads, wisdom making our hearts full. So grab your darts, let's find our lane. Keep on dancing, let the arrows fly. Chasing the bullseye, we reach for the sky. With every lesson learned and every sword tallied, together we...
And there we have it, folks. That was my review of the Winmau Cypher and 22g steel tip, also available in soft tip, but steel tip is primarily the best used here in the UK. Can also get these in 24g. I think it's 6.75mm in terms of the width. The length is the exact same at 50.8 across both models. Now that cluster control grip does feel really nice in the hand. I'm struggling to find a fault with it. It's a definite level 3 grip on a scale of 1 to 5. I will change the points. Even after I've done the flood section, I kept going with these, and I did have a few fallouts. It could be I need to scuff the points up or replace them, but personally a black point would go a lot better, especially with the supplied setup. So let me know your thoughts on the Winmau launch as a whole. Personally, it's been one of my favourites of the year so far. Still got one more to go, I believe it is. But as it stands, Winmau have created a smashing dart here with that atomised coating. The atomised coating will wear away through time, which is a bit unfortunate, but it's the same with PVD coating. It will eventually fade over time. It will look battered after a few months or years, you know. But let me know your thoughts on the Winmau Cypher in the comment section. While you're down there, don't forget to like the video, subscribe to the channel if you are brand new. Consider becoming a member by clicking subscribe plus or join, depends on how you're watching it. Otherwise, you can check out the link in the description where you'll find a link for buying these Cyphers and any of the other darts from the Winmau range. But thanks everybody for taking the time to watch this video. Stay safe out there. And of course, keep on darting.
Keep on dancing, let the arrows fly. Chasing that